Hi everyone, welcome to Cola Teaches Math. Today we're going to talk about how to tell the difference between an arcsin integral and a chain rule integral. So you can see here I have a bunch of different examples, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight in green what I think is important. So my first rule is if the integral contains polynomials, the power on top is going to be 1 less than the power on the bottom if it's chain rule. So you can see this first integral here, the polynomial on top is x cubed, and on the bottom it's x to the 4th. So we're going to go ahead and do a chain rule integral where u is going to be what's inside the parentheses. All right, look at this next one. The powers differ by 1. So how do we integrate this? It's chain rule, so we bring it up. U is what's inside the parentheses, and we go ahead. Now this next one, whenever we have e's, the powers must match if it's chain rule. So once again, we're going to bring it up. U is going to be what's inside the parentheses, and then we would go ahead and do our lovely U sub that we always do. Okay, now look at what I'm highlighting for the arcsin column. The powers don't differ by 1. So what we're going to do first is what I highlighted in blue, that's going to be u squared, and to get u, we're going to square root. So how do we square a variable? We just divide the power by 2, okay? And then we would go ahead and do my u subs, which you can now see me doing for the chain rule ones. Remember, your goal for chain rule is to get u to a number. If your x's don't cancel, you did something wrong. So right here, my x cubes are going to cancel. I'm going to bring that negative 1/4 out in front so I do not lose it. And then we're going to add 1 to the power and divide by the new power. So it's going to be negative 1/4. U to the 1/2. Dividing by a half is the same as multiplying by 2. And then we need to sub back in for u. That's my first chain rule integral. Let's continue with the next one. du is going to be negative 2x dx. dx is going to be du over negative 2x. I like to put it in brackets. That's just how I organize. And we're only plugging in for what I highlighted in green because I can see right here my x's are going to cancel. Let's bring that negative 1/2 in front. We never want to lose it. And now we're just going to add 1 to the power, divide by the new power. And you're going to simplify that to be negative 49 minus x squared to the 1/2 plus c. And now my personal favorite, I love integrals with e's, so just beware, my students. So now let's go ahead. That's my u sub right down there. We're only going to plug in for u and the dx, which is what I highlighted. So now when I do my u sub, we're going to have e to the x, u to the negative 1/2, du over negative e to the x. Do not lose that negative. I'm going to pull it out before I actually do the integral. And now u to the 3/2 times negative 2/3 in front, and we're going to go ahead and replace the u. So our final answer is going to be negative 2/3, 1 minus e to the x quantity raised to the 3/2 power plus c.